I'm Sohee, and today we are going to talk about one very important thing when you're learning Korean. Understanding this one thing can really help you a lot in learning Korean, but a lot of students just ignore it. And that one thing is called Hanja. Hanja are the Chinese characters used in the Korean language, and in this video, I'm going to talk about its significance in Korean as well as how you can actually learn Hanja. Before we begin, I'd appreciate if you can boost the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. As a disclaimer, I'm from Hong Kong and Chinese is greatly used in Hong Kong. So I grew up knowing Chinese characters already, and so I don't really find it particularly difficult to learn it. Instead, I'm benefited from my background because I already know a lot of Hanja and they're always integrated in Korean. So I already know what they mean and it just makes things easier for me. What is Hanja? For those who may not be very familiar with Hanja, let's first clarify what it actually is. Hanjas are the Chinese characters used in Korean writing and is also integrated into many Korean words and phrases. If you're still a beginner in Korean, you may not find a lot of Hanjas in the writing, but Hanja is always used in more sophisticated writings. Let's say in news or newspaper, you may come across Hanja. As you progress to intermediate or even advanced level, you will come across more and more Korean words originated from Chinese. Those words tend to be more formal, so a lot of times you may not see people using them in casual conversations. Korean can be both easy but difficult to learn at the same time. You will have to use the correct word in the correct situations. Let's take this word as an example. To die, 죽다. We usually use this word to say maybe an animal has died, so you would say, okay, 죽었다. But then for a person, we usually have to use the honorific form, which is 돌아가시다. So 돌아가셨다. But then for formal writings like in news, we will use the word 사망하다 instead. So that comes from 한자, is a Chinese word, 사망했다. So if you want to take your Korean to the next level, 한자 should be the first thing that you need to learn. Although Hanja is widely used in the academic, legal, and historical context, you can actually still find a lot of words that are based on Hanja characters in our daily life. Hanja characters. Hanja has its own writing in Chinese, for example, this, but then you can pronounce it in Korean, 일, which means day or the sun. And also, this one, it's pronounced as 월, and it can mean moon or month. But if you learn more Hanja, you may find out that actually this word 일 does not only limit to day or sun. It also has the meaning of first or work. So if I say 일급, then people may think, oh, 일급 first class, or maybe it can be like 일급 as day, so it's a day pay. So depending on the context, you will need to think about the real meaning of the word. And also like 월, month, 월급 will means monthly pay. At this point, you may feel very confused because there are all these different meanings even though they look the same. So from the same word, how am I going to understand and guess the meaning, right? Hanja vocabulary. No worries, I've got you. Let's look at some very common Hanjas that being used in our daily life in Korean. Do you know the days of the week in Korean is actually based on Hanja characters? Just now we've learned 월, which means month, right? So it also can mean moon. So 월요일 is actually representing the moon. That's Monday. 화 means fire. 화요일. means Tuesday. 수, water, 수요일, Wednesday. 목, wood, 목요일, Thursday. 금, gold, 금요일 is Friday. 토, earth or soil, 토요일, Saturday. 일 is the sun, so 일요일, Sunday. By knowing these characters, you'll be able to understand the deeper meanings behind these words. By knowing Hanja, you are going to accelerate your Korean learning. Why? Because as we know now, one Hanja has multiple meanings. So what if you integrate Hanja into your Korean learning? Well, as you might have guessed, you will be able to guess the meaning. It also helps when you're trying to learn vocabulary because now you know the Hanja, so the word, you have one little character that you know about, you know the meaning, so it's no longer a totally unfamiliar word for you. Let's take 화 as an example. If you remember, that's from Tuesday, 화요일, and the meaning is fire. So now we know 화 means fire. We can actually learn to be angry, 화나다. So you can imagine this emotion, very angry, is like with fire, right? So 화나다. It becomes much more easier for you to remember the word. And remember, they have multiple meanings. So 화 does not only means fire, it can also means flower. So now you know, flower. So maybe different types of flower can also have this word 화, like 국화 or 무궁화. For 수, Wednesday, that's from water, 수, so like swimming, 수영. And 산, so that's mountain, 산책, so that's taking a stroll. Maybe in the countryside, you can see a lot of mountains. Or 등산, that's hiking, hiking up the mountains. And 천 means the sky or the heaven. So you may find angels, 천사, or 천문, astronomy. Those are the words related to 천, sky. And 인 means person, so 인간, human beings, or 주인, owner. So you also have this 인 word in that. And 국 means country. So a lot of country names you find is like something something 국. For example, Korea, 한국, China, 중국, America, 미국. I recommend practicing regularly with exercise such as matching characters with their meanings, writing them out, or even using them in sentences. This will reinforce your memory and your understanding of Hanja. Hanja learning resources. If you want to start learning Hanja, these are some of the resources that I'm going to recommend to you. You can check them out if you want to get them. I have the links in the description box below. The first book is called Your First Hanja Guide. 한자를 알면 한국어가 쉬워진다 is in both English and Korean edition. It's by Talk to Me in Korean. This book is for anyone who wants to improve their Korean vocabulary by learning Hanja. Learning Hanja will not only help you read words that are actually written in Chinese characters, but also will help you expand your Korean vocabulary. Having read this book, you will find yourself understanding unfamiliar and complicated Korean words that you couldn't recognize before. Inside the book, you are going to find Korean vocabulary workbook, essential Hanja characters, pronunciation, stroke order, example sentences, review quiz, flowchart, and games, as well as audio tracks. The MP3 audio files can be downloaded at talktomeinkorean.com. The second book that I'm going to recommend is called Useful Hanja for Learners of Korean. It's also coming with an MP3 that you can download. and it's designed to help elementary and intermediate Korean learners to expand their Korean vocabulary through learning Chinese characters. Each lesson contains 10 to 12 Chinese characters, and the vocabulary of Hanja is often found in intermediate level Korean, which is also presented with example sentences to improve your learning efficiency. The third book is called the Sino-Korean Vocabulary, with 1,250 essential words with their Hanja roots to build your Korean vocabulary. Even if you're an advanced learner, you'll find this book quite helpful to improve your Korean vocabulary and fluency. In this book, each word is presented with its corresponding Hanja root. Learning Sino-Korean vocabulary can provide many benefits for learners of the Korean language. You can expect to gain a deeper understanding of their meanings and relationships with other words because now you can also remember vocabulary more easily and quickly by knowing the deeper meaning of a word and how it relates to the other words. To help yourself remember these characters, I recommend you to use apps like Anki or Memrise. You can make your own Hanja flashcards, review them, and to test yourself if you really understand them and to refresh your memory. Integrating Hanja into your Korean studies. To truly master Hanja, you have to integrate it into your Korean studies. Start by recognizing Hanja characters in Korean words and phrases. Taking the words from day of the week again, we have 월, which means moon in Hanja, but in Korean, we say 달. Similarly, we have hwa as fire in Hanja, but in Korean is 불 for fire. And for water, 수 is the Hanja, and we have 물 in Korean. Other examples including 사랑, love, we have the Hanja word as 애. So you can use like 애인, which means lovers. And 친구, friend, we have 우. 우 also means 친구 in Hanja. So 우정 means friendship. Other than learning Hanja from books, you can also familiarize yourself with Hanja-based terminology through real-life situations from different contexts, especially in news or literature, where Hanjas are mostly used. Practicing Hanja writing and reading skills. You can also practice writing or speaking from the words based on Hanja. Try incorporating a few characters into your daily writing practice or speaking because by using them actively, this will solidify your knowledge of Hanja. Writing Hanja characters correctly is also crucial. Practice writing them stroke by stroke and pay attention to the order and direction while writing it. This helps in memorization and ensures accuracy. You can also read sentences with Hanja characters to see how they are actually being used in the context. This does not only help you improve your reading skills, but also helps you see the practical application of Hanja. I've designed some Hanja practice sheets for you, so they're in different sizes. If you're interested, you can also get them from the download link in my description box. Reviewing and reinforcing Hanja knowledge. Regular review is essential to retaining your Hanja knowledge, so make sure that you schedule some time to do some revision. Engaging in Hanja-related activities. Other than flashcards, you can also give yourself some quizzes or even use the method of games to retain your knowledge. So you can use them to help you revise your learned vocabularies and characters. Like Quizlet, you can always use it to help you match the characters and the meanings together. If you're studying with your friends, you can actually use Kahoot to play some games together, so to see who can get the meaning or the answer the fastest. setting goals and tracking progress. Set specific and achievable goals for your Hanja learning. In this way, you can track your progress. Maybe every day, let's say 5 Hanja words that you can learn. So you know, okay, so in a month, I'll be able to get my target to around, let's say 100. There are also study trackers and vocabulary list templates for you to download, so make sure you check them out. Hopefully, I've illustrated how important it is to know Hanja if you're learning Korean. Now that you know how to learn and use Hanja effectively, it's time for you to start learning Hanja. Remember, learning Hanja can be challenging but incredibly rewarding. If you know Hanja, it can open up a deeper understanding of the Korean language. Let me know in the comments, are you aware of Hanja before watching this video? And are you actually learning Hanja as well? Also, check out this playlist over here if you want more tips to study Korean.